Taylor Swift versus Deadpool, Mephisto taking over Westview, Spider-Man riding dinosaurs. If these ideas sound cool to you, well, bad luck, because they were never, ever gonna happen. Since Thor Ragnarok came out just a year before Avengers Infinity War, many fans believed that the movie would set up a key plot point for the end of the Infinity Saga. The main antagonist in Ragnarok is Hela, the self-proclaimed goddess of death. And even though she bites the dust in the film's climax, a rumored plot leak suggested she would fill in for death going into Infinity War. In the comics, the reason Thanos wipes out half of existence is to impress the physical manifestation, death. At the time, some argued that this would be too weird of a concept to introduce to audiences, and so Hela would return as a stand-in for Thanos' affections. Of course, this never panned out, though Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige played into the rumors a bit during a 2016 interview with Vulture. He said, "Anything is possible, but knowledge of the comics can be both beneficial to fans anticipating things and also misleading, so you'll have to see." As a head honcho over at Marvel, Feige has become an expert at issuing these kinds of evasive statements, which are often phrased in a way that ensures fans have no idea what's going on with the project until they see it themselves. In the end, of course, Thanos didn't have a crush on anyone in Infinity War. Instead, he wants to kill half of all life so that the universe's resources won't become depleted, leading to even more misery. Death herself did later turn up at Agatha All Along, in which she was played by Aubrey Plaza, but by that point, the MCU's Thanos was long dead. Fans had high expectations for potential cameos in 2022's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. One of the biggest rumors claimed that Tom Cruise would join the MCU as a variant of Iron Man, with other sources saying that he could be a variant of Obadiah Stane from the first Iron Man movie. This would have been a fun treat for fans, particularly considering Cruise had been in the running to play Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. landed the role. In the film, Doctor Strange meets several variants during the Illuminati sequence, including Captain Carter, Reed Richards, and Professor X. But there's no Iron Man, and definitely no Tom Cruise. As it turns out, the reason Cruise's Tony Stark is a no-show is because he hadn't been considered to begin with. Multiverse of Madness writer Michael Waldron later said he once spoke with Kevin Feige about getting the Top Gun star to play Iron Man, but it doesn't appear like things ever went beyond that conversation. That said, Cruise hasn't closed the door on joining the MCU at some point. Speaking to Phase Zero about the possibility of joining a superhero project in the future, Cruise said, "I don't rule anything out. It's what's the story? What's the character? Does it interest me?" The Silver Surfer is one of Marvel's most popular characters, so it's no surprise fans have long awaited the character's arrival in the MCU.
I herald Galactus.
Back in 2018, however, many were wondering if they might turn up in Avengers Infinity War. It's not clear how this rumor materialized, though it probably stems from the Silver Surfer having a prominent role in the Infinity Gauntlet comic storyline. That said, this rumor really shouldn't have gained any traction, because there was literally no way it could have happened. As the Russo brothers explained to Yahoo UK right before the film's release, the movie rights to both the Surfer and the Fantastic Four belonged to 20th Century Fox at the time. Joe Russo said, "I don't think we own Silver Surfer, but it's a fan wish fulfillment, and if this Disney Fox deal goes through, there's going to be a lot more characters coming into the Marvel universe, so some of those crazy fan theories might come true." Infinity War hit theaters in 2018, while the Disney Fox merger wouldn't be finalized until 2019. That means Marvel Studios was legally unable to put Silver Surfer in the film, even if they wanted to. This didn't stop the rumor mill from turning though, and some fans were even convinced that actor Kirk Clendenlin had been cast as a character. Years after the film's release, he told Comic Book Movie, "I have to leave some secrecy. I don't know how else to explain it, but time, ideally, will tell." Was Clendenin just playing into the hype, or did the Russos believe that merger might have gone through sooner than it did? Sadly, we may never know. By now, comic book fans have come to realize that the word multiverse is pretty much synonymous with the word cameo.
Hello, Stephen.
This plot device is a perfect excuse to bring back actors who haven't appeared in superhero movies for many years, and with no strings attached either. While these cameos are often a dream come true for fans, suffice it to say that Marvel likes to keep most of them a secret. And even though we all knew that Deadpool and Wolverine would feature a whole bunch of heroes from different Marvel universes, the studio still managed to fool fans by planting fake rumors about the movie. Speaking to Games Radar, Deadpool and Wolverine producer Wendy Jacobson explained why some of the supposedly leaked cameos shows didn't come to fruition. She said, "There may or may not have been some subterfuge and misdirections on the internet or in person in order to protect the secrecy. One persistent rumor was that a slew of former X-Men actors would appear in the film, including Halle Berry as Storm, James Marsden as Cyclops, and Famke Janssen as Jean Grey. And for a while, many fans were absolutely convinced that Taylor Swift was poised to enter the MCU as a superhero dazzler. Obviously, it's hard to know which rumors came from Marvel and which ones came from unreliable leakers, but regardless, all of this confusion helped to cover up the movie's actual cameos. In the end, Deadpool and Wolverine did feature the return of some serious heavy hitters, including Wesley Snipes as Blade and Chris Evans as not Captain America.
Oh my God, he's gonna say it!
Say what?
Avengers! Flame on!
Sorry, what now?
But even they were a long way off from Taylor Swift. The mystery at the heart of WandaVision kept fans tuning in week after week. Just what the heck was going on in Westview? How much did Wanda actually understand about her new sitcom life? And who was actually behind it all? Even before the series began, rumors emerged that the iconic Marvel demon Mephisto would have some hand in the plot of WandaVision. And it would have made sense too. As a magical villain who can manipulate reality, Mephisto's magical abilities would have fit in well with Wanda Maximoff's journey towards becoming the Scarlet Witch. Every week, more and more fans became convinced that Mephisto would soon turn up as the show's big bad, but he never did. Eventually, WandaVision director Matt Shakman revealed that Mephisto had never once been considered to appear in the show. So, why was everyone so convinced that Mephisto would be in WandaVision? Well, aside from just kinda making sense, an image of a Diamond Select Toys mini-made featuring Mephisto leaked during the show's run. It was later confirmed, however, that the image was a fake. As it turned out, the true villain of WandaVision was, well, you know. Still, it's not all bad for Mephisto fans. After 4 long years of waiting, Marvel's Lord of Evil finally made his on-screen MCU debut in the Disney Plus series Ironheart. He's only appeared in human form for now, but that show's finale seems to suggest that Mephisto will be around for the long haul.
You can call me Mephisto.
Avengers Infinity War wastes no time showing off the might of Thanos, as the Mad Titan kicks off the movie by giving the Hulk the smackdown to end all smackdowns. Hulk is so shaken up by the experience that he refuses to transform for the rest of the film.
Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
I'm sorry,
Some fans believe this set the stage for Hulk to make his triumphant return in Avengers Endgame, and to be fair, there was some strong evidence to suggest this might occur. A Funko set for Avengers Endgame sold Hulk and Thanos figures together in a 2-pack, so it seemed Marvel was hinting that the two would duke it out once more, but that rematch never came to pass. Still, it does sound like a Hulk vs. Thanos showdown was at least considered by Marvel. Endgame co-writer Stephen McFeely told Backstory magazine, "I know a lot of people are saying they can't wait for Hulk and Thanos' rematch. Well, that would have made sense had he not become Smart Hulk. He's a whole different thing, and that's not what drives him. So we never thought, oh, he really is trying to get a crack at Thanos now." Avengers Endgame already has a turn going on throughout its 3-hour runtime, but that won't stop many fans feeling like this was kind of a missed opportunity. Leading up to the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, everyone and their mothers were convinced that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield would appear in the movie, and, well, they were right.
Hello.
No matter how much Garfield tried to deny it in the months before release, we all knew the other Spider-Men were going to turn up, especially considering a bunch of their villains were already confirmed to appear in the movie. And this also led many to believe that Kirsten Dunst would reprise her role as Mary Jane Watson from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. Dunst repeatedly denied having any part in the film, although people weren't really inclined to believe her, especially having witnessed Garfield's unconvincing denials about his own involvement. But when No Way Home premiered, she really was nowhere to be found. Apparently, the reason Dunst's MJ isn't in No Way Home is simple. No one asked her to be in it. It's not for a lack of enthusiasm on Dunst's part, though. She explained to Backstage, "You know I'd join that multiverse. I feel like I'm the only one that hasn't joined it. I'm like, please put me in the lineup. I need to pay for my house and kids." Still, Dunst clearly seems game for more Spider-Man in her life, so maybe she'll get a chance to play MJ again before the multiverse saga wraps up. Perhaps one of the strangest MCU leaks involved the announcement that Spider-Man was set to join the franchise. As you're probably aware, Peter Parker first appeared in Captain America: Civil War, before launching a new solo series starting with Spider-Man: Homecoming. And for some reason, many fans believe that this first solo outing would see Peter Parker wind up in the Savage Land? Apparently so. In the comics, the Savage Land is a tropical prehistoric region hidden in the Antarctic. It's a pretty out there concept, especially for a movie introducing Spider-Man into the MCU. Of course, as it turned out, Spidey remains firmly inside New York City for most of Homecoming. It's possible this rumor grew out of a reported plot point for Drew Goddard's Sinister Six movie, which was supposed to be a spin-off from the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. The book MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios reveals that around the end of 2014, Goddard wrote a draft of the movie that took Spider-Man and the Sinister Six to the Savage Land, where Spidey would end up riding a T-Rex. Plans for this Sinister Six movie were later scrapped though, and Spider-Man joined the MCU instead. Some confusion may have led fans to think aspects of that Sinister Six script would factor into Homecoming, but in the end, Peter's first MCU adventure was a brand new story, with no dinosaurs in sight.